Anyone wishing to join us can drop off items at the Street 919 FM front office located at number 56A Marval Road in Port of Spain. Let's come together as one. Get ready to breakfast set go with Milo. Purchase $40 in Milo powder and win a laptop and $10,000 cash. Plus, win up to $3,000 weekly and so much more. See Press and Milo Caribbean on Facebook and Instagram for more details. Yes, it's true, Pennywise just for you, so real, get that perfect smile. Beauty is in every aisle. To take care of your body, we have all you need to stay healthy. Pennywise, yes, it's true. Pennywise just for you. Pennywise gives you more to love. International cricket superstars Karen Pollard, Dwayne Bravo, Lindell Simmons and Riyad Emirates, even Raymond Ramnarine and Ravi B has all been using Omega XL for joint pain and getting great results. So what about you? Just pick up a bottle of Omega XL right now at all leading pharmacies or call Great Health Limited at 225-0410. So live long and stay strong with Omega XL. Yes, Dominic. So let me get back our because I don't know. Sometimes sometimes it's be hard to believe, and then
yes.
So we had our first COVID case in February of last year.
Yeah, coming out of Carnival. Right.
What going on? Making style now?
Bruce, you know what was worse? This woman came with a prepared text. You're reading. So you write on that? So it's not enough to just tell a lie off the cuff. You write it down, you know?
Yeah.
You couldn't... Now, she spoke about the issue of the numbers, right? Therefore, we can't trust the government because they're giving us conflicting numbers and so on. And last night, I think the Ministry of Health would have put out a media release. The Ministry of Health has reviewed the COVID-19 update of Sunday, May 9th, 2021, advises that a data error was made in the figure reported for the total persons tested as both public and private facilities. Yesterday's update will be adjusted accordingly. Today's figure for total persons tested at both public and private facilities is 141,550, and the figure is accurate. Because I heard a few people calling yesterday afternoon. We're talking about that. One gentleman in particular. I wouldn't mention who he is, but for those who were listening yesterday afternoon would know who I'm talking about, right? So that's that. Now she, boy. Right, so she spoke about, just replay that little piece where she talked about Carnival one more time for me. 103. Yeah.
In January last year, 2020, when the government was busy planning for Carnival, in January last year, you know, we were pleading with them to take the impending COVID-19 pandemic seriously. We pleaded with them, but they were hell-bent on Carnival 2020. And you remember the first case reported was out of that Carnival 2020, and the rest is history. So from then, from the very beginning, we pleaded, we begged.
Right. So we needed to play it one more time for those of you who were still under your blanket, or if you were in the fridge. I didn't hear it the first two times we played it for you, if you're just joining us, right? So since January 2020, we were pleading with them, stop Carnival. Okay? Now in January 2020, Bruce, for the most part, COVID was still restricted to China, Wuhan. Yeah? And then on the 30th of January, the Minister of Health, the government by extension, took a decision to impose travel restrictions on persons coming to Trinidad directly from China, as well as a couple other countries. So if it is that you had been to China within the previous 14 days, you would have to quarantine wherever you were before you came in, and then you'll be allowed to come in, right? We did that on the 30th of January, before the United States. On the next day, 31st of January, Donald Trump did the same thing. Now, At that time, the World Health Organization was advising countries not to impose travel restrictions because they said it would only serve to promote mass hysteria and paranoia, and at that point, they felt there was no need, right? We should talk about Carnival and the impending threat of COVID, and basically saying they should not have had Carnival. Let us go back 6 years to Thursday, October 30th, 2014. Article in the Jamaica Observer entitled Trinidad, No Stopping Carnival Despite Ebola Threat. Carnival 2015 is on. Both Minister of Arts and Multiculturalism, Dr. Lincoln Douglas, and National Security Minister Gary Griffith said on Wednesday there were no plans to cancel or postpone Carnival celebrations despite the threat of Ebola. Both men also maintained while Carnival 2015 preparations are underway, plans are in place to protect the population from Ebola by monitoring the virus on the international circuit. Douglas said, we have made no decision to postpone or stop Carnival. Griffith said there is no link between Carnival and Ebola. It goes on. Get it here. Douglas retorted, I have given you all the facts. We are not working with Carnival stakeholders alone. We are working with an international community. No decision has been made to postpone Carnival or stop Carnival. We will certainly be looking at the information so an informed decision can be given to the country. Things are developing as we speak, and we never made any decision to postpone Carnival. Then Griffith chimed in with, we cannot go into a situation half pregnant. Carnival is on. During the media conference, Douglas said the goal was to hear from the various stakeholders and to give confidence to the national community. We need to be prepared, but no decision has been made to postpone Carnival. We will be hearing from experts, and if needs be, then we can make changes. Griffith added, the issue is not banning Carnival. We have an influx of about 40,000 people coming here. Are we going to ban people for Christmas? Are we going to ban people for Diwali? It is the emphasis that is being placed on Carnival. There is no link between Carnival and Ebola. This is Gary Griffith speaking here. He said if people approach Ebola and Carnival with paranoia and hysteria, then it can turn everything else. We would have a state of emergency and people would not be able to go on the streets. Griffith also used the analogy of a student not preparing for an exam because of the hope it would not come off. We need to be careful and to be responsible. But we do have a clear and present danger, he said. In the aftermath of the Ebola outbreak in West Africa, Health Minister Dr. Fuad Khan announced a ban on travelers entering TNT from Sierra Leone, Guinea, Democratic Republic of Congo, Liberia, and Nigeria. Are we living in the Twilight Zone?
Apparently so.
She was Prime Minister, head of the cabinet. Ebola was a real threat. People were dying daily. The world was afraid. It was a real threat. But your ministers, your Minister of National Security and your Minister of Arts and Multiculturalism said, no Carnival, that's a non-starter. We have in it. We are liaising with everybody, all of the stakeholders, international people and so on. But as of now, right. And Carnival 2015 went on, right? Without a hitch. Okay. Please take me to line number 2. Go to 117. This is the Prime Minister in waiting talking here, right?
The supplies, which is what you seem to be saying, because of the floods. And whose fault is it, the flooding? It's not an act of God. It's your fault, your government's fault. Because in the dry season, when you should have been cleaning drains and dredging and so on, you did nothing of the sort. Absolutely nothing. So you come crocodile tears of crying about flooding. That has been your legacy each year that you have been in office. Flooding. You used to call us the box rain government.
When she was Prime Minister, it had no flooding. Right? Agricultural lands weren't flooding. There was no complaints of any farmers of issues with flooding. They were a perfect government.
Yes,
right?
everything was good.
Everything was good. Yes, no problems at all. There was no flooding issues. They did all the great work and they eliminated flooding. Flooding was a thing of the past from 2010 to 2015. Right? Now, most of the flooding that takes place in this country takes place where, Bruce? UNC constituencies, right? So, you would think, as Prime Minister, head of the UNC, you all would have done whatever it is to fix. Right?
Yeah.
Now, the dishonesty here is the fact that she knows that a lot of the drains and so on that needs to be cleaned and whatnot falls under the purview of the regional corporation.
Yeah.
They have a responsibility. Siparia, Faizabad, Shogunas, all of these areas, Karani and so on. I mean, UNC control, right? UNC in control. Sangre Grande, UNC. All right. But you want to blame the Minister of Works and Transport. Blame the government. They're not doing what they're supposed to do. All right. Continue.
How they come up with that?
Government, remember? But at least we were able to alleviate the flooding in many areas. So I'm proud of that. As I'm proud of the 106 schools we built. I'm proud of the police stations we built. I'm proud of the hospitals we built, which you are now using for COVID. I saw that you seem to be praising yourselves, the government members, about how they have space and so on. You know, every single one of those spaces that they're using now for COVID facilities were facilities provided by the government that I led. Cora, the upgrade there. Facilities at the Couva Hospital, Arima Hospital, Point 14 Hospital, the DB campus, that DB campus that you're using as well. What you call the racket center, because that you're always into rackets, what we built and called a tennis center, you're also using that. So can you imagine if we didn't have these extra facilities, what would have happened now? So, you come to blame, but you have no plans. How are you going to increase bed space? Because you're telling us we are going to have a shortage of bed spaces as we go along. What are you doing? You have a plan? Can I make a suggestion? Can we write to the US or ask the US or other developed countries? They could help us with the mobile hospital units that they have. We saw it when the height of the pandemic in the developed countries that they were using these mobile, because it will take, we can't build a hospital between now and tomorrow and next week and next week. If this bed shortage, and already you're telling us it's filled to capacity, do we have a standby arrangement? Do we have something we will do when next week or this week we have no bed spaces?
You can stop.
What are we going to do? I ask you to make contact with the developer.
Did you hear that? All of the facilities that you're using now to treat COVID is because of what we did. We provided those facilities. Arima Hospital, Point 14 Hospital. Bruce, Kamla Prasad Bisesa turned the sod for the Arima Hospital on the 4th of May, 2015. The 7th of May, sir, 2015. Exactly 4 months to the date of election, which was September 7th. Is the Arima Hospital prefab? It was built in 4 months? When this administration came in September 2015, construction had not even started. That whole sod turning ceremony in May was a papi show. Because election coming up and we need to show that we're doing something, right?
So,
and then,
rush to that.
yes, and then this administration, when they came in, had to retender all of the contracts for the Arima Hospital, Point 14 Hospital, Grande Hospital, along with the interchanges, the QRAP interchange and so on, all of that, saving the state over $1.5 billion, right? No construction started. But she is just telling us, Bruce, Point 14 Hospital, just finished, right? Construction started in 2017. Mrs. Prasad Bisesa was the Prime Minister in 2017. Did I miss that memo?
Nope. She knows something we don't know.
Apparently. Again, I ask, are we living in the twilight zone?
Italy, yes.
So she just told you, Point 14 Hospital, Arima Hospital, thanks to them, they built that. Right. But somebody needs to inform Dr. Rowley and the members of his cabinet. Yeah,
Dominic,
something wrong.
Come quickly, we just go and turn the sudden election coming up. So
Yeah.
when they see we turn the sudden, no thing going to happen.
Right.
So we'll get back in.
Correct. Yeah.
Few people dotish.
Right. Yeah, so if we all didn't hear it, heard what she just said. All of the facilities that we're using now, thanks to them, right? But from 2015 to 2020, they were singing a song. Open the Couva Hospital. You just have it there. If the government had opened it and there were patients there, could it be used now as part of the parallel healthcare system?
Nope.
All right. She talk about bed shortage, right? And what they're doing to deal with the bed shortage. Let me share with you. Let's know. Right. How prepared they were for Ebola in 2015. And let's look at their parallel health system. This is an article in The Guardian dated October 3rd, 2014. Kora established as Ebola Center. The National Ebola Response Plan has established Kora Hospital to be the center for Ebola cases. Acting Health Minister Dr. Tim Gopi Singh told members of the media at a recent post-cabinet briefing at the San Fernando Teaching Hospital that the Kora Hospital would be refurbished and set up with 4 beds to respond to possible Ebola cases. No, not 400, not 40, 4 beds. He added that isolation rooms would be established at ports of entry. Minister Gopi Singh noted that 2 isolation rooms are expected to be established at the Piako International Airport, with the possibility of an additional 1 or 2 isolation areas to be housed at the south terminal of the airport. A team from the Ministry of Health is currently in Washington, will be visiting a biocontainment unit in Nebraska for 4 to 5 days to observe the necessary protocols that need to be followed to prevent the spread of this highly contagious disease. He added that Trinidad and Tobago would also be monitoring advanced passenger information before they leave the arriving aircraft to minimize disruption to the traveling public. Dr. Gopi Singh noted that 5 nationals were scheduled to travel to Cameroon, one of the 15 countries affected by Ebola, but they were guided against the visit to limit this country's exposure to the disease. 4 beds at Kora. That was their parallel health system. At the time we saw what was taking place in the African continent and how Ebola was spreading. Thank God they were able to contain it there. And aside from maybe, I think 1 or 2 other countries, United States being one, where they had reported, I think, 2 or so cases. For the most part, it was contained and it didn't present itself as the coronavirus did. But 4 beds at Kora, that was their parallel health system. But now this woman, who puts herself as the Prime Minister in waiting, leader of the alternative government, wants to criticize the parallel health system that was established by this administration before even the first case of COVID arrived here, which she just told you came about as a result of Carnival.
Yeah.
Yeah? Right. Yeah. You had Arima Hospital. We had Kuva Hospital. We had a heck of a lot more beds than 4 at Kora. Right? But that was their parallel health system. This lady does not have the moral authority to criticize anything that his government is doing. But the literati, yeah.
Well, that's the next thing too. You had to know who you're talking to, no,
Yeah.
Dominic. You had to know, and you wouldn't believe, I learned that working right here at this radio station. You have to know and understand who it is you're talking to, who you're dealing with.
Yes.
Or else you would know. I remember doing events and nothing happening. I changed my target audience.
Right.
And it was successful.
Right.
So if it is I know that I can talk to a certain group of people who I would like to believe will listen to everything I say because they're not going to fact check anything. They may not be too, and whatever I say they consider law.
Right.
Because I probably look like them, they look like me, however you want to put it. Then that is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to feed you whatever, and I know that you will continue to, support, follow me, and study everything that I say. You will take it as the gospel truth.
Yes.
So if I turn and I say, well, all right, there's no such thing as COVID.
Yeah.
You're going to believe that and make up some Nancy story as to what is going on here. And little Trinidad, as they say, the dot on the map is controlling what the rest of the world does.
Cognitive dissonance, right? And you have a crowd because last night she had an audience on the UNC's website of about 700 and some people.
You see?
Then on Douglas Politics she had about 200. And then they also carried this on TV Jagriti and Radio Jagriti. And so she made sure that the illiterati were hearing what she said. And they were cheering when you read the comments. They're cheering that on, yes, Rowley, you know what you're doing. This, that, the other, the next, right? So yesterday, the person of the day was Suraj Rambachan. Yes, because he came out and he criticized, I think, he didn't mention Munilal by name, but he criticized Munilal's position insofar as the Sinopharm vaccines are concerned. I'll just read the top part. It says the government of TNT has set a clear policy position that only World Health Organization approved vaccines will be used. Now that the World Health Organization has cleared the Chinese vaccines, why is the opposition still opposing its use? To advance your political goals by creating doubts that could affect lives is criminal. Repeat that. To advance your political goals by creating doubts that could affect lives is criminal. The leader of the opposition should be bringing together all of the medical professionals in her party to voluntarily work with the government to manage and treat with home quarantine positive cases. The government doctors and nurses are overstretched, and despite this, they are working excessively hard. Yesterday, I spent 4 hours at the Shogona Cell facility to get a chest x-ray and COVID tests. It is clear that if the trend continues, the system will collapse. Unless you can build up on the home quarantine, here is your chance for real service from people who need it. In the current scenario, home quarantine will be an option. We may also need small oxygen cylinders in these homes, Suraj Rambachan. To advance your political goals by creating doubts that could affect lives is criminal. The only person right now in the UNC bench who beaten up on the Sinopharm vaccines is Rudal Munilal. He has not found support from any other member as far as I am aware, as far as I've heard thus far. You've not heard his concerns repeated by anybody else in the UNC. So again, he's out on a limb by himself. So it's clear this is who Suraj Rambachan is referring to. But let us not forget, this is the man who, in the lead up to the 2020 general election, at one of his meetings, his cottage meetings, Suraj Rambachan endorsed Rudal Munilal as the next leader of the UNC, right? And here it is in this. He's now ascribing the word criminal to the position taken by Rudal Munilal in trying to cast aspersions on the Sinopharm vaccines, the 100,000 Sinopharm vaccines, which have been approved by the World Health Organization for use, and a shipment of which is imminent. We're expecting imminently to come into the country. But Mr. Rambachan, in another post, and going through his Facebook page, it's a lot of reading material here that may be considered food for thought. Very, very critical of the opposition whom he supports. But where is it? There was one I saw here just now that I wanted to read.
Just a minute, before you go there, I think I took... Caller, good morning.
All right, go ahead.
Morning, Bruce. I'm Gabriel. This morning I called in and I referred to going to school when they're telling lies, they make it confusion. And when you get old, it's commerce. So you see when my dictionary show out there now, you see the commerce, all you're hearing, reading there now, that is what we call commerce. And when you go to school, it's confusion. You get me?
Yes.
So everything they say now is commerce. And that is all. Okay. Bye.
Okay, take care. Yeah, you got it?
Let's take another one. I'm looking for it. I just saw it here.
Caller, good morning.
Hi, good morning, fellas.
Morning,
Good morning, Bruce Wayne. Good morning, Dominic. I listened to your conversation there. Say what you like. I have personal issues with Suraj Rambachan, with certain issues that he did during the days of the administration, and his name was called up in certain reports. But I will back him on this one with what he said. He took a stand that there's somebody who is the only sane member in the UNC right now. Around the world, opposition leaders have to unite the government to handle this plague that is affecting, crippling the countries around the world. And this opposition here, playing games with people's lives to the point that it have collateral damage. Well, I'm not too sure about the case. I think there was 99 cases yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes.
Right, which shows that it's somewhat working, but still double-digit numbers is not enough. It has to go down to a single-digit double. As a matter of fact, it has to go down to nil, because 99, it shows you an indication that, listen, there are hundreds of people out there who are still sick and they probably don't want to go to the hospital at this time. So it's really sad that it has people out there who still believe that this lady could do a better job than this government and handling COVID-19. When she made out that time statement about building a dome, punching and lime, opening up the borders. When you think about all the statements she makes and you look at the situation going on in India, it makes you shudder. And all I can say, thank goodness that this government is in power, because at least one, because if, God forbid, this woman was in power, 1/4 of this population would probably be dead, or seeing dead bodies all over the place. It is very, very scary, and people in this country still support her. I watched our program yesterday, Beyond the Tape, and I know that people still flouting the COVID regulations. I saw a thing where the police do a raid, and they have 20 people in some pub, senior people. And I asked myself, these people don't have a home to go to? You mean family life so bad that people don't want to go to their house and just stay home for a couple of weeks? People who don't have nothing to do in their homes to, fix your roof or something like that, or plant your garden or something like that. People don't have nothing to do in their homes. Something is wrong. It shows an indication that family life in this country probably fractured. That we have some problems in our family life. For you not to go home for just a couple of weeks. Huh? But I don't know, boy. And people mock, people have the audacity to mock Terrence Dial Singh. Because Terrence Dial Singh acknowledge that he's getting plenty memes, about what they tell me. Terrence, what? They're making a mockery out of that too, boy. The only thing they and like I said again, I think it's high time right now in this world, the media people and certain people who talk in these so-called luminaries, I think it's time to let them declare their hands and just triple talk about they're not for PNM or UNC. That was a false thing. Look at what's going on in Fox News. Fox News is a station dedicated to conservative and Republicans. Let everybody declare their hand and say, listen, I am a supporter of the UNC or I am a supporter of the PNM. And I support to take this, that. It doesn't make this triple talk about I am not for PNM or UNC or both parties and well. That is a false narrative. Anytime you hear people saying that, they are UNC or that. Or they are anti-PNM, that's triple talk. So I think it's high time now. Everybody declare their hand. There's no surprise. Radio Jagrati and that other station, they are supporters of the UNC. So they will support Camel and Possess 100% no matter what. As a matter of fact, most of the Indian formatted radio stations are supporters of the UNC, whether we like it or not. Right?
Leave it there, my brother.
And there's some anti-thing. Yeah, you take care.
Yeah, man. Caller, good morning.
Hello. Morning, Bruce, and morning, Dominic.
Morning.
Dominic, I mistook your forensic analysis on your theory about why Kamala couldn't see the still picture versus a moving picture. Can you just repeat your forensic analysis or theory for me? I was kind of busy now, and with the Venezuelan issue. Can you tell me why did you mention the mortality rates in a killer argument now, just to convince the doubting Thomases out there? Thank you very much. I'm listening. Thank you.
Got the article from Suraj, right?
Right.
It's entitled The COVID Attack. The lockdown announced by the Prime Minister was not surprising to me. Citizens are playing the fool with their security and lives. Despite the rising number of infections and deaths, people are not using masks and observing social distancing. And I'm speaking of what I have been seeing in Faizabad, South Oropuch, and environs. I will repeat that. I am speaking of what I have been seeing in Faizabad, South Oropuch, and environs. But it is as if no one believes the seriousness of what is threatening our lives. I see people walking about in group without masks, as if they are challenging the authorities. I see this in Faizabad every day. That's Suraj Rambachan. Faizabad, South Oropuch, and environs. What are the constituencies that are in the environs of Faizabad, South Oropuch, and so on? Which parties in control of those constituencies? Oropuch East, Oropuch West. Who? Faizabad is who? Let's ask him that question. Separe is who? Rambachan, former PP, Minister of Works and Transport. former super minister, because remember at one time he was holding several portfolios, even though they want to call Stuart Chung all the kind of thing, and Stuart Chung is the minister of everything, but they forgot Rambachan was the minister of everything under them, 2010 to 2015. Oh, how we forget.
Conveniently,
I didn't hear him say he's seeing this in San Fernando East, San Fernando West. I didn't hear him call any PNM constituencies. You know, they love to call up PNM constituencies. PNM constituencies is, have the poorest people, it's the most destitute, it has the most crime. UNC love to say that. Rambachan is telling you, based on what he is seeing, some of the most disobedient citizens in this country is where? In UNC constituencies. They wouldn't talk about that. You know, she didn't mention one word about Rambachan last night. No, she wouldn't do that. When I see Mr. Oh my gosh, he vexed. UNC fighting UNC. You have a problem with that. Because he's not supporting the stupidness for... Let me get it right. I don't want to misquote him. Don't want to misquote him. Yeah, that's not Mr. Oh my gosh. I know you like to listen. So let me not misquote you, because I know you like to claim he want to sue this one and sue that one. But making accusations against me on Facebook. But I'll deal with you in due course. He says, UNC fighting UNC. I say no more tonight. All who hurting, continue. But I am not in this SHI to be out of power. So you see what his real motive is. Power. Because if the UNC is in power, he figure he will eat our food. He and his partner got and others. So you're vexed because Suruj not playing sides when it comes to COVID. I just asked me, just remember the constituencies that he mentioned. And when it was that Dr. Parasram and the health team was saying we're seeing an increase in Central, Caroni, and so on, you again, UNC-controlled constituencies. And people were calling the radio stations, not just this one, but other frequencies, and saying, yes, if you visit those bars in Central, you're seeing people flouting the regulations. It's as if the bar is not supposed to be closed. It's as if you're seeing people Lyman normal congregating. I saw yesterday, Bruce, where I think 4 or 5 people were jailed for flouting the COVID regulations. They received between 7 to 14 days in the slammer. Why? Because you refused to wear a mask?
I sure those people ain't good on flooding.
Oh, no.
Remember, I was saying,
yes,
put something in place where when you do your nonsense,
right,
when you come out and everything good and we can't come out, you studying, boy, next thing you know, I come out, the police run up on me, and carry me down the road. Yeah, you ain't feeling, you ain't thinking about coming outside. Inside is your life now. You want to go nowhere, because that is what we understand.
Right. So you see, they didn't want to listen, so now they will be quarantined for 14 days at the behest of the state. Some for 7, some for 14 days. Bruce, if it was even 1 day for me, I pass out. I can't.
Dominic, I just always tell people, as the silver bracelet go on my eye, water in my eye one time. It's water, not me, partner. Let me stay on the correct side of the law.
Yes.
Understand? Let me maintain that. I don't know police coming and putting my hand behind my back, roughing me up, and no, partner. I can't deal with that.
So all because all you hadn't, and you needed to lie on the corner and drink a beer. Now for the next 7 to 14 days, you'll be sleeping in a prison cell with about 12 other people. And
I go bubbling in there.
You have to do your numbers in a bucket, Bruce.
Yeah. I love my privacy, boy. You mad?
And you had to start to put your back against a wall for 7 to 14 days. They say don't drop this up.
Hey, brother.
Yeah.
Hey, brother.
So be warned, folks. All right, those of you who are minded and they pled guilty. Yeah? You know, probably tell them if you plead guilty, the magistrate will lay off with a warning, or you got to pay a fine.
Tell me about that.
I don't know why that same magistrate, Mr. Duke, didn't come before that same magistrate.
Telling people and them. You telling people and them with the plan of the codias?
Yeah.
They're real good.
Right. I think what the previous caller was alluding to, I don't know if it's probably the video you would have played, whether it was with Room 201, and the inability of the leader of the opposition to recognize the person in the video. And Dominic Prasad had to repeat several times, the question, and you have it here. It would be on the, I think I sent it to you on the street chat.
Is any of these?
Just so, huh? All right, go up a little more. Again, I think it was Dave or something was in the Go up again. Somewhere there. Go again. I think, was that right? Go again. I think it was that far back, you know. I'll try and locate it, and I'll address it just now. So you could take a call any meantime.
Okay.
You'll find it.
Caller, good morning.
Good morning to you, Bruce, and my former colleague from the RFP, Dominic.
Mr. Oh my gosh, good morning.
Hey, what's up?
All is well.
Yes, man. And Mr. Good morning to Miss Felix. She might be listening. Dominic, can I ask a question? What the gentleman come here for from Switzerland?
From where?
Where he come here to do? Where he come here for?
Which gentleman?
Oh, you said the first case he was from Switzerland. That's so?
The gentleman is a resident of Trinidad and Tobago. His daughter attends Maria Regina, and when he was diagnosed with COVID, Maria Regina closed down out of precaution. So he lives here. He's a resident here. He went to Switzerland on business, and he came back home.
He came back here, and that was in what month?
He came back
February,
home in March.
Dominic, we continue what the people in February do not play carnival. That was facts.
Mm-hmm.
Stop carnival because we didn't know about the pandemic. We didn't start making masks early.
Mm-hmm.
Right? To give the people. We lead in front.
Mm-hmm.
We lead in front with this virus. Because when your minister tell us don't wear masks, we say wear masks.
Right.
Dominic,
and when our minister said don't wear masks, who was he taking advice from?
he was taking advice from the local doctors in the country.
No, he was taking advice from the World Health Organization, because at that time, the head of the World Health Organization, Dr. Gabriel Jesus, was saying masks are not necessary. And in the United States, you also had Dr. Fauci saying masks were not necessary.
You know, the U.S. former government questioned the World Health. And yes, they are saying that they hide many things from this virus. You know what, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, Trump regime was against take money from them, subsidy money from them, because these people hide.
Mm-hmm.
And they know about it before it spread.
Mm-hmm.
So these people, to me, Kingsley, is not credible. And Dominic, Suraj Ramprasad is not a member of the UNC. He did not speak for the UNC. He did not represent the UNC. He represented his own view, and that's his own view.
Did he resign from the UNC? Because I think Mr. Ramprasad spoke recently at one of their Monday night forum.
No. Is Dr. Gopi Singh continue working with the young people in the UNC because Dr. Gopi Singh is a team player. He understands that it's a fight ahead of us, and we have to get back in power in this country.
Right.
So Dominic, you fighting this fight to be in opposition? Because if we get you lost a work, you know.
As well?
You know, right? I say if you fight this fight to be in opposition, because if we get you lost your work.
Right. So then you're saying to me that it's by any means necessary. So if it means lying and being dishonest, that whatever it takes, because I would have played for you what your leader of the opposition said, and it is untrue. The first case was not related to Carnival, and it is untrue that the facilities that are being used now were built by the UNC. That is untrue.
The opposition leader have a facts, and that is the facts out there.
You're familiar with the term alternative facts, Kingsley? Alternative facts is another word for saying lies.
But let I want to say to Dr. Dominic before I go here, we are calling for a partnership with all the government, and I hope that the government could meet the opposition leader because we have enough doctors, as Oleda say, the UNC the doctors so we have enough doctors and we are willing to work with the government. We are calling to the government. I hope that the Honorable Prime Minister, Dr. Christopher Rowley, could have a heart to sit down because this thing, Dominic, it needs the opposition and it needs the government to work to get this thing betterment. And we are saying today, we are putting our politics hats behind us. And we are willing to work with the government. But the government has to be willing to work with we, Dominic. And I hope that we could try to get that meeting as soon as possible for our country. And why we supporting this China vaccine? It is about 50% good. It is not 90%. This vaccine will come here, Dominic. We know how China does make and copy car parts. We know they make the shoes. Once it's red, once it's busting, next day. We know. So Dominic, I want to thank you for giving me this opportunity to come and say me 2 cents. Again, good morning to you and good morning to Bruce, and it was a nice little chat.
Yes.
So thank you very much.
Anytime.
Take care.
Right. So, trying to find... Take another call, Bruce. I'm trying to find the statement from the Leader of the Opposition with respect to her request to meet with the Prime Minister.
Caller, good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning, Brother Bruce.
Morning.
Morning, Dominic.
Morning.
Kingsley calling?
Yes.
He all the answer. Well, he all the answer for everything. He only to come and take so he could fight it with Dominic and Bruce. All have a pleasant day. Bye-bye.
Oh, gosh. So, folks, we're getting ready to play a music video for you, pay some bills.
When we come back, I will read for you a statement from the Leader of the Opposition in respect to her request to work with the government on this whole COVID matter. And we will explain to you why that call is disingenuous. Right?
Caller,
Okay,
good
so
morning.
you're free to call back here.
Good morning, brother.
Morning, sir.
By Kingsley, by going evening program with your propaganda and your lies and them fellas hired guns. You see, always my boy, them fellas, he just come specifically just to eat up time on the radio. Brother, at the end of the day, there's a serious program. There's a program of propaganda and lies and half and dance and whatever. Well, there have been no programs to that. Don't value this morning program, brother. Go on all the programs where people have no credibility. And all the evening program with that. There's a program with sensible people, Bruce, Dominic, and facts. There's about no lies, and there's no entertainment comedy festival playing people against one another. You understand what I'm saying? And as I say again, so when he trying to tell me Dominic and Bruce to Rambutan now, I remember the UNC.
Well, look how easily they disown their members.
They did that shit by going in evening program for the send with that propaganda and boy with people are not credibility. There's a serious program, Sharon and Bruce, built from dung up. Sharon, with blood, sweat, and tears, you come in here to devalue this program, boy. Like, all the poisonous venom with people who just always hired guns.
Leave it there, my brother, leave it there.
They will want here to why.
So we'll be right back. Keep it locked.
Look good, no hide it. Let's make that thing easy to find it. So when you call them ready to roll, tell them it's carnival. Yo, when you call them look sexy, so natural. Hey, beautiful colors everywhere on the road. All the independent ladies wanna see a wave your hand in the air. Start to say, look how they jump. Keep and roll. Hey, I said keep and roll. Say, all them got them whining, and I ride them behind it. Yeah, keep and roll. What that? put it on me. Girl, where you spread out and put it on. I say, girl, where you bounce it, bounce it, bounce it, bounce it, bounce it right. I say, girl, where you spread out and put it on. Girl, where you spread out and put it on. Girl, where you start from 6:25 and I go where you stop at 6:30. Where the whiners? Where's the whiners? Then you don't know what. Bring up everybody who watching online right now. Where's that? Love for you to ready. Back it up. All over the Caribbean. New York, London, Canada. Everybody. 1, 2, 3, go. Back then, do like that. Let us see you do like that. Big bite, do like that. Let us see you do like that. Baby, back then, do like that. Let us see you do like that. Big bite, do like that. Let us see you do. Girl, take me up. Give me a jam. Hey, hold on your waist. There with my hand. It's two away. We're the side to side. Come on, let me see action. Let me see it. 1, 2, yes. I love your habit. I love your habit. You go with your wine, and I know you have it. I love your habit. Get over like this. Get over. 1, 2, go. Do like that. Let me see you do like that.
Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282 or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
Simpson's Memorial Limited, number 63 Eastern Main Road, Laventille. Internationally accredited funeral directors and embalmers. A full-service funeral home serving families of Trinidad and Tobago and internationally since 1945. At Simpson's Memorial Limited, we serve with dignity in assisting families in honoring the memory of their loved ones. Our services include professional funeral and pre-planning, burials and cremation, custom-built and imported caskets, coffins and cremation trays, cemetery management, limousines, mourners' cars, grief counseling, web streaming of funerals, fully air-conditioned chapel with live musical accompaniment, full global shipping and receiving of loved ones. We specialize in facial restorations. Call us anytime, day or night, at 623-8688. That number again is 623-8688. Simpsons Memorial Limited. Superior service, always with excellence.
Take me to the king. I don't have much to bring.
There were other avenues to acquire a home mortgage-wise, but it just didn't work out. TTMF did it for me. But a lot of people scared because they think it's a lot of red tape, but TTMF didn't show that to me. It was very easy with all the communication and all the information they provided was very easy. I was so happy. I was happy to enter my home. Elated.
At TTMF, we're not just a mortgage company. We are your mortgage partner. TTMF, from here to home.
More to love, yes it's true. Pennywise, just for you. So real, get that perfect smile. Beauty's in every aisle to take care of your body. We have all you need to stay healthy. Pennywise, more to love, yes it's true. Pennywise, just for you.
Pennywise gives you more to love. For some, today is just another routine 24 hours. To others, today is first page in tomorrow's story. It's the audition for tomorrow's performance. It's the spark that ignites tomorrow's change. The perseverance for tomorrow's breakthrough. The first like of tomorrow's big hit. Never take your today for granted. When life is on, those who truly believe in the power of today can become anything tomorrow.
Be mobile. Just be. We care for your eyes. That's why Value Optical recommends world-leading transitions lenses that protect your eyes from blue light and 100% of UV rays. They automatically adapt to changing light conditions, making life simpler and more comfortable for your eyes every day. Now available in 4 new style colors for you to personalize any frame and express your style. Value Optical, caring for your eyes.
Police, good day. Officer Best Price here. Johnny Q Auto Parts Division? Yes, sir. I'm here to investigate an assault on batteries. Excuse me, sir? Is it true? You have batteries selling for $488? Yes. Power Master, Optima, Vata, and Megastar batteries. So I could buy a battery for $488? Yes, sir. For cars, trucks, and boats. Backed and distributed by Massey Automotive. Which part? Right here at Johnny Q Hardware and Auto Parts Division, 15 Arrowbita Avenue, Woodbrook. And our new Johnny Q Superstore, located at Lowlands Mall off Claude Noel Highway in Tobago. You could call 60 Tools. All right. Thanks, boss. Nah, man. Ronnie, do you have $488 to lend, man?
Hey, Blaze, you're outside, boy? How you mean? I come out to win big again with the Playway Mega Mix. It's 85 to 1 for the Mega Ball, 110 to 1 for the Mega Ultra, and a huge 130 to 1 for the Mega Extreme. Plus, it's only $1 to play, so don't study them other places. The Playway Mega Mix is the best bet for value.
But that sounding like a plan. Give me the lucky mark one time now. Use the new Playway Bet Slip for a faster, easier way to play. Players must be 18 years and over. Please play responsibly.
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's Radio.
The Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center of number 399 Eastern Main Road, Waiko in San Luis Grande is pleased to present Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson and guests on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Sundays, Ministry of Worship Children's Hour and the Word. Tuesdays, see Jesus in every book of the Bible from Genesis to Revelation. Wednesdays, we deal with current affairs from a biblical perspective. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends, tell everyone. For further information, visit with us at www.churchofthefirstbornassembly.org. Facebook, email us at church668hope@gmail.com or call us at 753-1113 or 236-7271. Your free will gifts and offerings will be greatly appreciated. Account number 795222 at the First Citizens Bank.
Now there's a new way to pay your electricity bill.
Quick pay your bills today. Quick pay, it's a whole new way. Online, pay your bill one time. Yes, there is a whole new way to quick pay for your electricity. Yes, they've made it easy. Just enter your account number. 4 clicks and it's over.
Introducing Quick Pay, a new service from the Trinidad and Tobago Electricity Commission that lets you pay your bill online with your credit or Visa debit chip card. Just enter the account number and contact information. Click Pay and you're done.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
This is the Street 919 FM COVID-19 updates. In case you missed it, the latest COVID positive cases in TNT as of May 10th, 2021 stands at new positive cases, 99. Total active cases, 3,858. Total recovered patients, 9,381. Total positive cases for COVID-19 as of March 2020 to present, 13,454. Follow the Ministry of Health COVID-19 protocols. Wear your mask, sanitize, social distance, and avoid gatherings. A message from the Street 919 FM.
Yo, this is your boy Ziggy Rankin, and right now you're listening to the Titans of Democracy. You don't know. Real talk.
So welcome back on the inside. Just a bit of housekeeping for you. Value Optical wishes to advise the public that all our branches remain open as we continue to provide essential eye care services to you. Some of our branches, however, will be operating with reduced opening hours. Our services are currently limited to emergency and critical eye care only, and we will require you to make an appointment at this time. Please call us at 225-4865 or toll-free 800-2020 for all inquiries on how we can assist your eye care needs. Value Optical, caring for your eyes. Our opening hours are Port of Spain, San Fernando, Princestown, and Tunapuna are open for the full day, Monday to Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and on Saturdays, 8:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Mid-Center Mall and La Romain are open for the full day, Monday to Saturday, 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and on Sundays, 8:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Samoa, Sandy Grande, Lounge Park, Marabella, Pinal, Point Fortin, and Tobago are open half-day, Monday to Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m., and Saturdays, 8:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Visits by appointment only for all branches. Visits for emergencies only. Example, urgent replacement of eyeglasses or serious eye health issues. Lock down with your loved ones. Stay safe with easy ways to connect with B-Mobile. Our customer experience store at Lowlands Scarborough Payment Center and channel partner locations are open to better serve you. For a complete listing of all our stores and their opening hours, visit bmobile.co.tt. Be assured that we maintain all recommended health and safety protocols at our stores. We are doing everything to help keep our customers and employees safe. We've also made it easier for you to stay at home and still connect with us. Use Be Online, the My Be Mobile app, or call 824-TSTT to pay your bills and more. Together, let's be safe and be connected with Be Mobile. Life is on. Johnny Q for all your hardware, building materials, auto parts, small tool rentals, pets and pet supplies. Gravel and sand now available. Don't forget PowerMaster, Optima, Vata and Megastar batteries. Starting from $488 at Johnny Q, 15 Arapita Avenue, Woodbrook, and our new location, Lowlands Mall, Tobago, off Claude Noel Highway. Call 632s. Blue Band knows that joy goes further when it's shared. So whether you're baking, cooking, making a sandwich, or snack, including Blue Band will help you to prepare great tasting meals that's sure to keep smiles on everyone's face. The world needs more joy, so spread it everywhere with Blue Band. The Trinidad and Tobago Electricity Commission wishes to pre-qualify Tobago-based suppliers for the provision of information and communication technology equipment, including servers, desktops, laptops, and peripherals. Pre-qualification is ongoing. Interested suppliers should visit TNTech's website at www.ttec.co.tt for more details on the pre-qualification process. Let's come together in support of our fellow Caribbean brothers and sisters of St. Vincent in their time of need. We at the Street 919 FM would like to ask the public of TNT to join us in this drive. Anyone wishing to join us can drop off items at the Street 909 FM front office located at number 56A Marval Road in Port of Spain. So let's come together as one. Get ready to breakfast set go with Milo. Purchase $40 in Milo powder and win a laptop and $10,000 cash. Plus, win up to $3,000 weekly and so much more. See Press and Milo Caribbean on Facebook and Instagram for more details. Yes, it's true, Pennywise just for you. So real, get that perfect smile. Beauty is in every aisle. To take care of your body, we have all you need to stay healthy. Pennywise, yes, it's true. Pennywise, just for you. Pennywise gives you more to love. International cricket superstars Karen Pollard, Dwayne Bravo, Lindell Simmons, and Riyad Emrit, even Raymond Ramnarine and Ravi B, has all been using Omega XL for joint pain and getting great results. So what about you? Just pick up a bottle of Omega XL right now at all leading pharmacies or call the Great Health Limited at 225-0410. So live long and stay strong with Omega XL. And just remember, coming up at 8:15, we have our financial tip of the day. And then at 8:30, we have our B-Mobile pick of the day. So you got to get ready for that. In the meantime, I can take a quick call. Caller, good morning.
A pleasant good morning, Dominic. And my sweetheart, love a punch, Dominic.
Morning.
Sharon, morning. Oh, God, oh, you're already done. People so long only talking commercial. Yeah, kids, good morning. All about giving kids a little chance, you know. Kids are very clever stuff, you know. He coming over here to learn to go back and talk on another radio station. All watch how much questions he asking. Quick kids, be more asking questions than coming with facts. He coming with lies to get the truth to go over another station to look relevant. I don't understand the scheme of kids, you know. But I want to tell my son kids something this morning. You see how quick only the soldiers Ramachan overnight. Overnight, kids, they are only coming after the man because the man speak his truth. Kids, they always shut the air one by. Kids, he is born and born and fresh and fresh, you know. Use are real, you know. Remember that you come from the monkey tribe. So imagine if you go kick, throw him under the bus. Who the hell is you kids? And whatever they go learn test people, hey, kids, they all learning, boy. We'll call a try to educate you. We come from under the gladiator, you know, as a bright student. Learn something. And come with the facts and come in there with life. And you can't go to the other station because fans understand the other station kind of have a different format now. So you get an opportunity. Before you get back from here, get your facts and come. Otherwise, we go ban you. People Trinidad and Tobago, but I love all. But it's your fact to talk because Dominic and Bruce take so long. And they have you, and I know they want to talk fast. So bye-bye.
So we're getting ready to go to our financial tip.
Yeah. Call back, mother. Call back.
Yes. So we'll be right back. Keep it locked.
The Street 91.9 FM brings you today's tips to improve your financial literacy. Improving your financial literacy is a never-ending endeavor that needs to be prioritized. As you work on improving your financial literacy, it's important to continue your momentum. Here are your tips. Build your financial plan. Your financial roadmap will show you the steps you need to be taking to improve your finances. That was your financial tip, brought to you by the Street 91.9 FM.
So welcome back.
You know, Bruce, there's an old saying, a house divided cannot stand, right?
Yes, so true.
And perhaps the most divided house in this country right now is the House of the Rising Sun. I want to thank somebody who just sent me a newspaper article here, Natifa Melville, It says 2 UNC MPs back Sinopharm vaccine. 2 United National Congress doctors who are sitting parliamentarians have thrown support behind China's Sinopharm vaccine and are urging the population to get vaccinated to beat the COVID-19 pandemic. Faizabad MP Dr. Lakram Bodo and Komoto Manzanilla MP Dr. Rai Ragbir both told the Express yesterday that herd immunity will allow TNT to return to some normalcy. The doctors do not share the view of their colleague, Dr. Rudal Munilal, who warned people to be cautious about being used as guinea pigs for the vaccine, which only has emergency use approval, as he noted international media reports about the efficacy of the Sinopharm vaccine. Bodo, an obstetrician gynecologist, said he has advocated from the onset that rapid vaccination to achieve herd immunity is the country's best bet out of the COVID-19 pandemic. And he said with only 60,000 citizens having received their first vaccine, Trinidad and Tobago is still behind. Bodo added that he had agreed previously with the government's decision to use only World Health Organization approved vaccines. The arrival of the 100,000 Sinopharm vaccine provides another opportunity to continue our vaccination program. Let's see here. Right, Ragbir, full endorsement. Ragbir, a general medical practitioner, said Trinidad and Tobago is fortunate to receive the Sinopharm vaccines. I wish to categorically state my full endorsement for the Beijing Sinopharm vaccine from China, he said. He noted that the World Health Organization approval for the Chinese vaccine was on May 7, 2021, after extensive validation of safety, efficacy, and quality. So, I think their positions are lucidly clear. And just remember, these 2 men are doctors. Munilal has a doctorate, but these 2 men are actual medical doctors. So it's 2 against 1. And as I said before, Munilal is the only person in the House of the Rising Sun who is opposing the Sinopharm vaccine. And it seems he does not have the support of his colleagues. So I want to ask Kingsley, are you all going to disown Dr. Bodo and Dr. Ragbir? Are they no longer members of the UNC because they are not in support of their colleague? I mean, hey, they're telling people take it. Same thing Dr. Ramachan said, just in a different way. So are you going to tell me, Kingsley, that Dr. Bodo and Dr. Ragbir do not speak for the UNC, but they both sit in the parliament and are UNC MPs? So I'd like to know how you're explaining that one. And then I'm seeing here, Suruj tests positive and begs the government and the opposition to stop the COVID war. So Mr. Ramchan would have indicated yesterday he went to Shoguna's Health Center and he took the test, and it just now said here that he is in fact COVID positive. Right. Sorry, Nicole Caesar. Yeah, Nicole, my apologies. Yeah, Nicole Caesar sent me that. Right. And I just wanted to read here quickly, Bruce. Now, Kingsley alluded to the leader of the opposition appealing to the government to come together to fight this, right? Now, I want to read a statement from the United National Congress that is attributed to the leader of the opposition. And this is a statement put out calling on the government to meet with them. Kamla, this is a time for humility and not a time for arrogance. We call on the government to engage all stakeholders and the opposition UNC to form a united front to fight COVID-19. So far, so good. Here's where it went wrong. Trinidad and Tobago cannot breathe today because of the failure of the Keith Rowley government. 196 families and counting have lost loved ones because of abject mismanagement. When the COVID numbers were at minimum levels, the government was praising itself and patting itself on the back. Now, as the COVID crisis continues to plague Trinidad and Tobago, the government is refusing to accept blame for the darkness that has descended. Keith Rowley is responsible for the mayhem of today. Vaccination is the only way out of this pandemic. Trinidad and Tobago, your government failed in capital letters to act swiftly to procure vaccines. The government failed to request a gift of vaccines from the Indian government, as other nations in the Caribbean did. Rowley did so only after being pressured. His claim of waiting for World Health Organization to approve AstraZeneca vaccines makes no sense. But I just read for you, Dr. Lakram Bodo said he supports the government in that position to wait for World Health Organization. House divided cannot stand. Right. His claim of waiting for WHO to approve AstraZeneca vaccines makes no sense. So, Dr. Bodo, you ain't making sense neither, according to Kamla Prasad-Bisesa. As we gladly accepted a donation of 2,000 vaccines from Barbados. Barbados Prime Minister Mia Mottley had the foresight to get in line first for vaccines and wrote to the Indian Prime Minister in January this year to ensure her people are vaccinated before any WHO approval. So they are now saying that, well, the government should have requested vaccines before it got WHO approval. But now, Rudal Munilal is telling you, don't accept the vaccine from China, notwithstanding the fact that it has WHO approval. But anyway, the Rowley government further failed to swiftly purchase vaccines from Pfizer earlier this year when an offer of 351,000 vaccines was put on the table for US 8.4 million. Government went cap in hand to the private sector when Ansel McCall offered to foot the bill and pay for the entire Pfizer batch in exchange for a tax concession. The government refused. It is baffling that Rowley is now saying Pfizer vaccines were not available for purchase. Up to now, despite the fact that since May, the government simply asked Ansel McCall and the Supermarket Association, just provide us with the name of whoever your supplier is going to be, because we need to make sure that these are genuine vaccines, right? Up to now, the government hasn't gotten that. Did the government refuse to buy vaccines for the population because it is waiting for 100,000 vaccines from China? Our citizens would not be dying today and our hospitals would not be running out of space had the government put the people first and bought the vaccines. It is unconscionable that millions are spent on rent and contracts of families, but there is a Scrooge mentality when it comes to buying vaccines for our people. Over a year into the pandemic, the Prime Minister is now looking to gift the people banana, sweet potatoes, dasheen and squash, when action should have been taken early to procure vaccines. The greatest gift is one of a vaccine. Tell that to the millions of people in India who are now affected. Tell that to the tens of thousands the families of the tens of thousands who have died in India over the last couple of weeks where the vaccine is being manufactured. I continue. Rowley keeps using the false narrative that small nations are unable to obtain vaccines. That is a lie. Barbados, with a population of 287,000, has given 75,300 jabs to its population to date. That has nothing to do with the fact that 100,000 vaccines were sent to Barbados from India, right? Okay. The Prime Minister also lied when he said vaccines are not available for purchase and the government had a check in hand to make purchases. El Salvador, with just over 6 million people, inked a contract to purchase 4.4 million vaccines for its people. When are they getting that 4.4 million? Have they received it as yet? That is the issue. Just this Wednesday, Peru's Prime Minister announced plans to get 12 million additional vaccines from Pfizer. Again, when will Peru be receiving these 12 million vaccines, Mrs. Bisessa? It is one thing to order vaccines. It's another thing to receive. Let's make the distinction. Prime Minister Rowley said he didn't want to beg for vaccines, and it is clear now that he was simply waiting for donations to be thrown our way, as our people have become casualties. On top of all this, our nation's borders have been closed for over a year, yet the Brazilian variant entered because of porous, unmanned borders, another abject failure of the Rowley government. Trinidad and Tobago feels like it is trapped in a petri dish with a killer virus and a selfish leader who is obsessed over bananas instead of vaccines. Accusing the population of being irresponsible is deflecting blame from poor leadership. Well, you need to tell that to Suraj Rambachan. While we are grateful for vaccines gifted to TNT, the reality is the government failed to be proactive in the mission to vaccinate. Government members and all medical personnel present in the press conference today have been in charge of the country's COVID-19 response since February 2020, and we are no better off today. It is time they accept help from the wider society and stop blaming citizens for their failure to manage this crisis. We cannot continue with the same persons who have made no progress since February 2020. This is a time for humility and not a time for arrogance. The UNC and many stakeholders have been trying to assist since the beginning of the crisis, but the government has pursued its own way. At this point, we call on the government to engage all stakeholders and the opposition UNC to form a united front to fight COVID-19. Kamla Prasad Bisessa, SC, MP, only letter missing is an A between the C and the M, leader of the opposition. Right? So, Bruce, you're in a situation I offer to help you, but first, I'm going to tell you how your mother make you. Right?
Yeah. I want to know what you mean by bananas. I have a serious problem with that banana talk, eh?
Yeah, you have an obsession with bananas.
I want to know what you mean by that.
With bananas.
Yeah.
Let me cuss you out first, Bruce. Yeah. Let me tell you everything that I have about mine. Let me get it off my chest. Good. Yeah. Right. Now we're ready to help you.
What's all they supposed to do first, all they doing last? So they could keep that help, yes?
Yeah.
They could keep that help. They start to see water more than flower. You want to talk about help now?
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
That's like somebody offered you help and then they had a reproach for all the things that they did for you before and so on. I mean, really? And you expect the government to take up your offer based on this.
I realize a long time now that there are certain members of the opposition that agree and support what the government is doing in this fight that we're in here now.
Right.
Not all of them going to come forward and say so.
Because of collective responsibility.
Right. And to the two doctors there, at the end of the day, that shows respect for your profession as a doctor.
Correct.
And then as a parliamentarian that cares about the people. So, well, you have maximum respect from me for that.
Correct.
You understand?
Correct.
But when we want to continue, according to you, Dominic, you get a cut there. Let me help you. But before I can help you, I need to choke my finger in the cut.
Yeah.
And let you feel some pain first. Yeah. And then...
Because you're too damn man.
Yes.
Tell you it wasn't to do
yes.
that. Eh? Right.
Yes.
You look for that.
Let me inflict more pain.
Yes.
And then I go help.
And while I there bleeding, I tell you, may you don't listen. Why should he so? All of that. Meantime, I write a pass out.
You got to be crazy, yes.
Yeah. Right. But the government must accept that. But let me just read this here quickly for Kingsley before that thing comes up, right? Proman employee's first case. This is March 12, 2020. Trinidad and Tobago's first case of global pandemic COVID-19 was confirmed last evening as a foreign-born employee of energy company Proman. Romain is headquartered in Switzerland and has an office in Point Lisas. It was confirmed in a statement late yesterday. The COVID-19 patient was an employee. The Express understands that the 52-year-old traveled to Switzerland last week to meet with company executives. We have just received confirmation that a colleague has tested positive for COVID-19 and is currently receiving hospital treatment and further testing. We are in close contact with the colleague's family and the Trinidad and Tobago health authorities to support in every way we can. The individual started feeling unwell after returning from a business-critical travel to Switzerland on Monday, 9th March, and had already followed business and global health guidance by placing themselves in precautionary self-isolation after traveling home from the airport by private vehicle. The Alsing said the man was being quarantined at Cora Hospital. While the statement did not identify the employee, the Express was informed that he has 2 children with whom he would have been in contact. One of his children attends the Maria Regina Grade School in Port of Spain. Yesterday, the principal of the school told parents she was informed that a parent of one of our pupils has tested positive for coronavirus. The statement said that while the student had no symptoms, it would close the school tomorrow and next week for full sanitization. Right? So, Kingsley, as I heard there, the man is a resident of Trinidad and Tobago. He works for Proman, which is one of the energy companies in Point Lisas, and he was simply coming back home from a critical business trip. Had nothing to do with Carnival, contrary to what your political leader indicated last night at your virtual meeting. And I would think you should probably get that information to her so that she can issue an apology. But I don't think anybody would blame the gentleman for, issuing a pre-action protocol letter to the leader of the opposition.
He'd be well in his right.
That deliberate and willful misstatement. But it wasn't a misstatement. It's just, it is what it is. It was
so,
dishonest.
folks, we're getting ready for Playway Pick of the Day. So get ready to call us up. 342-0081-466-5391 to let us know, hey, what's your dream last night? We'll be right back. This is the Playway Pick of the Day on the street, 919 FM.
Hey, Blaze, you outside, boy?
How you mean? I come out to win big again with the Playway Mega Mix. It's 85-1 for the Mega Ball, 110-1 for the Mega Ultra, and a huge 130-1 for the Mega Extreme. Plus, it's only $1 to play, so don't study them other places. The Playway Mega Mix is the best bet for value.
But that sounding like a plan. Give me the lucky mark one time now. Use the new Playway Bet Slip for a faster, easier way to play. Players must be 18 years and over. Please play responsibly.
The Playway Jumpy.
So welcome inside. This is a Playway Pick of the Day. Remember, a player wagers a minimum of $1 on a base wager for a payout of $26. The Mega Mix draw then takes place after the playway draw and pays a higher prize amount on the 3 options: Mega Ball, Mega Ultra, Mega Extreme if drawn. The Mega Mix prizes are as follows. The Mega Ball is 85 to 1, the Mega Ultra is 110 to 1, and the Mega Extreme is 130 to 1. So the lines are now open for you to give us your numbers for today. Caller, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Dominic.
Morning.
And Bruce Wayne. How are you going? Good?
Good.
All right. So I calling you to tell already number now. The first number is 28.
Nice.
And the second one is 2. And 4. And 3. Okay?
Nice.
That is numbers for today. Keep the play today. Because the last play was 1. Right? Last night.
Nice.
So, okay. So, see what I could do that. Dominic?
Yes,
take
ma'am.
the soccer thing, eh?
Yes.
Soccer thing. You and Bruce Wayne, eh?
Yes, darling.
All right, darling. Have a nice day.
You too, take care.
Okay.
Caller, good morning.
Morning, Brucey and Dominic.
Morning, mother.
Right, Sharon. 3, 28, and 36. That is just my pick.
Nice. 328 and 36.
Yeah.
Nice.
Want some money? They want to buy a little.
Caller, good morning.
Good morning again, Dominic and Bruce.
Yes, morning.
Well, the number is 10 and 36. And tell Kingsley the word for your call is Billini. Billini is the word for it. Look for the word Dominic and let them know the word Billini. Finger in the moon.
Oh, gosh.
What you dream last night? What you dream last night?
Call us up and let us know.
Right, so Maria Lyons on Facebook says 21. Opposition leader want to talk. Everybody talking now more than ever. Vero Stuart Williams says I love eat. 31 and 13. That's it. Yeah, I don't see anybody else there. Right, that's it for now.
Nice.
Yes. Maslin Ned also says 21.
Caller, good morning.
Yeah, Bruce, morning.
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 11:22.
Nice.
I said 12.
Donna Walcott on Facebook says 21 and 26. Vitus Fortune says 18. Yeah, feeling 18.
18. Yeah. If you use the financial group, if you say so, I in that. Caller, good morning.
Morning, Bruce and Dominic.
Morning.
The number is 17 or 30. 30.
Nice.
It does have the ladies sleeping, and every 5 minutes they're dreaming.
I could probably take 1 or 2 quick more calls, you know.
It's not a penny for the grocery.
Mrs. Giuseppe, I ain't here for a couple of days.
It's true, yes.
Yeah.
What you dream last night? Now tell me what you dream last night. Play the playway. Play the playway.
So remember, the Playway Mega Mix is your best bet for value. Play 1, 2, or all 3 options for only $1 each. Create your own mix and win big. Yes, that's right. Play the right way. Play at NLCB Lottery Centers only.
Number inside a plate. I rushed for the number. I just couldn't wait. I went in the kitchen.
Caller, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, 1285.
I can't get in this program at all. Good morning, Dominic. I want to tell you, it's like a dog. 15 and 20, so it's not a chance.
Oh, Lord. Thank you very much.
Oh, gosh.
You could probably take 1 more, you know.
Yeah.
Somebody call me up now, you know. Our numbers to juggle this morning, you know.
Marva Jones says 21 and 18.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
18. Nice. 21. Nice.
I hear mommy sauce in a couple of days now.
It's a dreamland.
Mommy sauce, woman of business, what's going on?
The cocoa.
What's the plan? What are you saying?
Well, I know she sleep till late these days, eh?
I have a few seconds again. What are you saying? So visit nlcbgames.com for past and current draw results and to get the latest info on all your favorite NLCB games. So that was our Playway pick of the day. That's all the time we have, so we'll be right back. Keep it locked.
What you dream last night? 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 I dream a cat and a rat and a bat had a fight. A big snake passed and he got a bite. Two big boots flew over a line. A couple in front and a pigeon behind. A big fat hog lie down in a pen. I dreamt a cock and I dreamt a hen. I dreamt a horse.
That was the Playway pick of the day on the Street 919 FM.
Hey, Blaze, you're outside, boy?
How you mean? I come out to win big again with the Playway Mega Mix. It's 85-1 for the Mega Ball, 110-1 for the Mega Ultra, and a huge 130-1 for the Mega Extreme. Plus, it's only $1 to play, so don't study them other places. The Playway Mega Mix is the best bet for value.
But that sounding like a plan. Give me the lucky mark one time now. Use the new Playway Bet Slip for a faster, easier way to play. Players must be 18 years and over. Please play responsibly.
So that was our Playway pick of the day, brought to you courtesy NLCB. Remember, that would be for the 10:30 a.m. draw this morning. Yeah. So we're back on the inside with Dominic, Romain, and yours truly, Bruce Wayne. This is your Titans of Democracy, the lovely Miss Sharon, Felix. We're working up a little mechanism for Miss Felix. I don't want to tell all you too much yet, but we're working up a something. So as soon as we put that in place, don't worry.
But you know, Bruce, back to the issue of Rudal Monilal and how these people are so disingenuous, right? After all the fuss they make about the vaccines from India, let me not say the Indian vaccines because it was just being manufactured there, but the vaccines from India and India this and India that, you know, when he get his shot, he didn't take the vaccines that came from India, he took from the COVAX batch.
Okay.
Yeah.
From to the Indian batch.
Oh, they're not good enough for, good enough for everybody else, but not him.
Not me.
No. He gave me COVAX. Yes.
Good, yes.
Bunch of hypocrites.
I understand that. Real good. Let's take a call, eh? Caller, good morning.
Morning, Bruce.
Morning.
And morning to Sharon. I know Sharon, you're right. I ain't afraid for Sharon. Bruce and Dominic.
Yes, sir.
Here's the issue with the doctors and them in the UNC. Remember, these fellas and them are licensed to practice. And what happens when a doctor gives you bad medicine or bad information? And they could be, you can look at malfeasance and deal with them. And remember, they have the medical board where they have to get the authorized to practice in Trinidad and Tobago. So they have doctors who knows better and will totally put out misinformation. And let's say a member of their constituency take the advice of them, and one of their loved ones succumbs to the injuries or the death of the pandemic or whatever it is. Then it's easy for me to take out a civil suit against you. Understand? And then how does the medical board and them look at you at that now? Those are irresponsible statements said. And they won't be able to tag along with that. And they have to be, that's the reason why they come out and they talk about that, because they want to make the point straight. What has been happening in the campaign trail in the UNC, they're just trying to disassociate themselves with the misinformation that has been put out concerning the drugs, which they would know because they are medical doctors. And basically, that is it. I don't think it's a lot for country or they decide to take that. It has nothing to do with that. It's about the party and the party's policies. Is about you had a Tory line, And hence the reason why they are there, because if they did that as Ramesh Lawrence Mirage, they would have never did it. So it's not about that, boy. They just looking at the correct. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Living, my future is shaping, and where I am headed. Got no time.
Caller, good morning.
Morning, Bruce.
Morning.
Morning, Dominic.
Morning, sir.
Hey, Bruce, you take the words right out of my mouth. How about you see with the banana? Because the Prime Minister never mentioned bananas in that basket.
Good.
The man mentioned cassava, squash, citrus, 2 chicken. He never mentioned banana. She have an undertone. Listen to what she's saying. Have a good day.
That's exactly where I'm coming from. Caller, good morning. I lost it. Call me back.
Everybody sing my ear. Step forward. I move forward.
Caller, good morning.
Good morning to my brother Bruce.
Morning. Hey.
Dominic.
Morning,
Good
sir.
morning.
Village.
Yeah, boy, I'm Dominic Pulmo this morning. I have something I was waiting for Sharon to come in here to bus it, but Dominic Pulmo, so I had to bus it. But before I bus it, I wanted to say, tell Mr. Tamila beside me, sir. The first COVID case that we get, it was 28 days after the carnival. And that come in. And somebody come from away with it. So I want you to get it. That lead me out of bus it. So Dominic, you want to go down bus. You ain't sleep off me. Share the line. And when Sharon come, I will bring you the rest of the rules for them. I'm going.
Remember, I was asking you, all them trying to say it? How much 7 days is that? Right. You see how much 7 days it is, right? Caller, good morning.
Hi, morning, Bruce. Morning, Dominic.
Morning, sir.
Dominic,
Yes.
I wasn't going to call you. I would have gone to the whole day and listen. But I fell off because you know what? You're easy, you know. You join this man, and this man rope to hang himself, and the man dangling, and still give him a rope. The man calling all in easy, you know. I listen to this man just getting hung out more and more. And he's so, I don't know what to say about it, but he's so uninformed. He doesn't know he getting out. And I just laughing. I wasn't going to call him. I had to call him to let him know. I realized I understand exactly who you're saying. The people might say, why don't we tell this man? But I understand you just give this man time to hang out himself and let the whole world see how stupid he really is. Like that. And I can't know what Miss Basali says, sir. She don't really face me, you know, because I know she's seen her, because if you ask what she said last night, she can't tell him. If you ask her what she said last week, she can't tell him. Because she can't tell him. If you ask her about that paragraph from speech she more probably supposed to write last week, she can't tell him. And if you ask her that today, they say about 2 o'clock today, you actually about what she said last night, she can't tell you. So she said I don't take on she. What she said? That offends me. Love for listening.
Yeah, man, bless.
I move forward. I step forward. I move forward.
So let me shout out those of you that are on Facebook and on YouTube. The chat, you guys always keep it interesting. Go in there. There's a whole conversation going on each and every morning. It's always good to have you guys here with us, you know. Caller, good morning.
Gentlemen, again, gentlemen. Dominic, I want to say, wow, we have lots of fans. I see the live going up and all. So, wow. It's worse, I see the live going up and all. But I want to say, Ms. Dominic, I think that the was what Namdasco is making. It is a very good thing, a very good addition to feed people, and that's what we get talking about livelihood. But I think that 25,000 hampers is enough. I think that we need to get over 100,000 fruit hampers to give out. I
I think I see the bag. The bag looks very healthy. I know that the workers and them that spoke very hard to make sure that bag produced very, very heavy things in that bag for maybe one household of 6 or 5 in it to cook for about 3-4 days. But I think that we need over 100,000 hampers. Yesterday, I listened to the Minister of Finance, and I said that where the $18 billion gone, Dominic?
Mm-hmm.
Where the $18 billion gone? And it's coming again now. It's coming people grant. And Dominic, I have a friend very close to me who get full out last year, right? She went by social development for the check, right? They spell her name wrong. I'm talking about in 2019, right? They spell her name wrong. She carried back the check to change the check to get her name and change over. So I'm like, we up to now, the woman we waited for money to fix our house, she gets back at it. Up to now. So I do not know if people there in that ministry they is playing games with the government. I do not know. But the point remains that how in since 2009 somebody is waiting for death so that change a letter in a name. And up to now. So that is why today, when yesterday the Minister of Finance come and say people go and get grant, people say, but where the grant? Where the money? Who will come forward? Nobody coming forward and say, barber shop still complaining. Saloon still, the lower man still complaining. And I ask him if I go, Dominic, I ask him the people of this country, please stay home. Mask up, wash your hands. I am saying this, we have to get the country vaccinated to move forward. But at the end of the day, we want the proper vaccine. We want the right vaccine. The right vaccine. I am not going to take no vaccine from China. I am not going to take it.
So Kingsley, are you saying that Dr. Bodo and Dr. Ragbir are incorrect?
I'm not saying that.
We're saying.
I wouldn't say that. Them do the research, and I do my own research.
They are medical doctors. Do you have a degree in?
No, and I thank God it has YouTube, it has Google, it has things that videos, it has things telling you what explaining about the vaccine and these kind of things. Explaining this, them so easy too.
Are you supporting Dr. Munilal or are you supporting Dr. Bodo and Dr. Ragbir?
Well, I still watching in that segment with what Dr. Munilal say. I do not have the facts about that. And I still watching in about that.
Munilal basically saying what you say. You were not taking the China vaccine and he's telling people don't take it. So is he one and the same?
Well, he know why he tell people don't take it. What's me taking it?
Why?
I won't take it
because it's coming from China?
The vaccine what come here right now, we are seeing say that it's 60%. We want to know who clear it, how it gets clear, if it's already clear. We do not know if it's clear we do not know if it comes to test it on we do not know. Because I see Dr. Mulai take the vaccine. I see Saddam Hussein take the vaccine. I see the mayor, when the deputy mayor actually going to take the vaccine. So I am seeing that the UNC members are taking the vaccine.
Did they take the COVAX vaccine or the vaccines that came from India?
I think the one from India.
No. It was in the newspapers that Munilal took the vaccine from COVAX, not the one from India. Yes, correct.
But I do go back and do my research on that. But
please.
But I don't again, yeah. And I will talk to you again but there are facts. Thank you very much once again for giving me the opportunity to share my contact with you. Thank you.
Make you stump the man, and pulling back and thinking, Jared. But folks, we boiling down right about now. So I will give you my word for the day. And the word for today is vibrant. My vibrancy keeps me engaged in life. The colors of a rainbow reflected against shimmering, sparkling water create a vibrancy greater than either would have been by themselves. Sunlight dancing upon a dew-dappled leaf creates vibrant color and motion that makes the whole earth seem more alive. Voices raised together in song create vibrant harmony, rich and exhilarating. My awareness of my oneness with God brings about a similar vibrancy, a deep and a truth I would not be able to reach through my senses alone. The vibrancy of spiritual communion changes me inwardly. My mind's activity is quickened, my soul is fed, and my heart is filled. Outwardly, I am freshly aglow with the love of God, which I feel flowing freely through me, filling me with the vibrancy of divine life. Let his flesh become fresh with youth. Let him return to the days of his youthful vigor. Job 33:25. So we could probably take a call or two before we get up and leave. Hand over the hot seat, as we say, to Pastor Google. Caller, good morning. Good morning. You have about a minute or so.
Yes. I'll be long. Dominic, Bruce, loyalists and callers, you see the basket? That's so nice. Yeah, I telling you, and you know what? Your position? Lying. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I just want to tell Kingsley that based on my quick research here, the Sinopharm vaccine has a 79% efficacy, which is on par with the AstraZeneca vaccine.
Very good.
Yes.
So we are on point. We are on point with our vaccination drive. So
yes,
I have no problem. I have no issues whatsoever.
Who want to take it? Who don't? Well, the choice is yours. But
to you.
Don't blame the government and say the vaccine wasn't available.
Please don't.
65 million doses of Sinopharm have already been administered globally, and we've heard no claims of any blood clot, unlike we've heard with some of the more popular ones. So I just thought I'd throw that into the mix.
Yeah. So, folks, if I could tiff a quick one, boy. If I could.
You have 45 seconds, caller. Quick.
Caller, morning, quickly.
45 seconds. Good morning. Dominic and Bruce.
Yes, sir.
All you had a Tommy Joseph show this morning. But yeah. But people got to pay to hear. I never have so in my life. Well, you have a good day. Thanks for letting him talk. Yeah, brother?
Yeah.
Thanks for letting that fella talk. It's good for your mental health.
Oh, gosh. So that's all the time we have for today. It was a pleasure being in your company. It was a pleasure having you in ours. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Please, God, we hand over the hot seat to my brother and friend, Pastor Google. So keep it locked to the Street 919 FM as we continue our programming through the day. So, Dominic, as we say, ciao.